Hello you lovely people, welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. My name's Kirsten, this is where I art and craft, and today we're doing December Ember. I'm not doing every one of December Ember, and I'm using, for all my makes during December, I'm using Tracie Fox's Festive Dispatch kit. There's a kit of ephemera and there's a kit of pages. I've done everything half size, so this is an actual page, but I've half sized it. I've linked both the kits down below. I'm also, for this particular one, using Tracie's Yuletide Dreams text. Now the prompt today from Barbara and Luis is postcard, and there's these lovely postcards with poinsettia on. 3 of them are red, but I think, although this is a white poinsettia as well, I think I want to go with the white one because I'm going to use this fabby post box, and I'm going to have it being tucked in, because you know when you put to stop the rain and stuff going in, you tuck it up the way you put your post in like that. So I'm going to have it just the corner of it starting to tuck in the post box, and I just think the white's better. Oh, maybe not, because you've got the, oh, maybe I will go for a red one instead. Don't want that one because it doesn't say postcard very clearly, and postcard is the prompt. I like that one. Let's use that one, just because I actually I quite like that after all, and then we're not duplicating this white poinsettia down here. I love this North Pole mail. So I've printed this a bit smaller so that I can get this all to fit on this page. So half size is actually that size. Use the same card, Kirsten. Half size is actually that size, so you can see I've printed it smaller than half size because I want it to fit in, and that was just going to be too big on there. I've also got to sew. And so I'm going to sew on here. This is all background really. I need to slit this. I'll do that first. I want to go along that bit there. I want to go just a little bit further in than because the edge of the slope you won't see because it's inside, but it's just that you can see where the black goes up there and the red starts. So do that, and then you see that will then being posted. Right. And the sewing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp on here something, and then I'm going to sew over it. So would be sending a postcard saying Happy Christmas, I suppose, wouldn't we? Or maybe Jingle Bells, or maybe Yuletide, or Peace on Earth, or Dear Santa, or Season's Greetings, with love. With love might be quite nice to do. Ho ho ho. See, when I say ho ho ho, I think of Green Giant. I'm sorry, Tracie. She won't be watching this, that's okay. Let me think. Which one shall we use? I think I'm actually going to use the With Love one. No, no, I'm not going to use the With Love one. I'm going to be very decisive and change my mind many times. I quite like Old Christmas Tree as well. Winter Wonderland. See, Winter Wonderland's quite fun. Frosty, Jingle Bells, Merry Christmas. quite like to use one of the other ones, not the... Oh, Christmas Dreams. Let's use Christmas Dreams because that's a bit more... I like that. Let's use Christmas Dreams. Right, that was decided eventually. And I'm going to use... I think actually we'll use, instead of using Hickory Smoke, I'm going to use London Fog. I think is a slightly lighter one. I just want this very lightly stamped because I'm actually going to use it as that's fabulous. I'm actually just going to use it as a what's the word I'm looking for? A template to then sew. But before I sew, I want to do the other things I want to do to the card. And I want to, let me see. So I'm going to sew this Christmas Dreams, I'm going to sew that on. But I also want to add let's use red. I'm going to add wishing you, and then we'll have the Christmas Dreams, and then I might sew a couple of kisses in the bottom as well. But I also feel I want to do some decorating of this poinsettia, and I think that's going to be, oh actually I could do so some goldy centre. Yeah, I'm going to sew some French knots in the centre of that poinsettia, but I think I'm going to get out the glacial paste and put some frosting on those leaves at the back. That's it. Must be Christmas now if I've got the glacial paste out, and this one is Green Envy. If you keep a thin layer, you'll still see through it. So it acts like a glaze if you keep it a thin layer. Oh, you see, now I'm wondering, now I've started, I'm sitting there thinking, oh, well, you could just, yes, you could, Kirsten. I'm just going to use this, instead of doing French knots, I'm going to do some wee dots, and then I'll have to leave this to dry. A wee bit stickles goes a long way, a wee bit glacial paste goes a long way. What like we do here as well. Let me just turn that around the other side so I don't accidentally nudge it. We could do the top of that, we'll do the top of that. Let's just use stickles, because I started on stickles, well I started on glacial paste as well, but let's use stickles for up here. So that was copper, that's crystal. And we better leave them to dry now, hadn't we? I can't sew that while that's still wet. That wasn't thinking, was it? So I will be back. Oh no, 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 no. See, that's why I need to leave it to dry, because I'm just going to make a mess all over the place otherwise. Right, do I want to do anything with this? I want to round the corners. And I think I'm going to do big rounds. And again, this is going to go on my ring. So these big white ones were big enough to fit my ring until I squashed them, and then they no longer fitted on the ring. So they're smaller. So that's not going to work, and I'm not going to buy new ones, I don't think. What I will do though is I will get out. Right, oh okay, I've got some done in gold already. I've got some done in silver already. I've got some done in grungy colours already. I might keep the silver and the gold ones out. I kind of like those purpley ones as well, but I don't think they are going to be. What I want to do is I want to do some Christmassy type ones, don't I? So let's do that. How might we decorate these? I think there's something about decorating them with some stickles and having just that kind of Christmassy feeling in the corner. Or maybe some nouveau. Let's use some nouveau. Should get a bigger brush out for this because I don't need to be so neat. So let's just get some nouveau. Should we do this on something? I don't think you really want to watch me doing painting reinforcement rings, but that's what I'm going to do while that is drying, and I'll be back once everything's dried and I've done the sewing to put it together. Now I've done a couple of other things to this back because I just felt it needed something. I've done some glacial paste down here, and I've used this stamp from Tracie's Yuletide Dreams Winter stamp set, this tree, and I stamped it here off the page and then just lightly on that bit there, just to give it a bit of. And I've also used the Nouveau. Oh, this. Okay, I need to. There's some. I think it's some. Yes, I used the crushed olive, and I think there's some of it still there. So I'm just going to tidy that up because it's all gritty. It's a long time since this has happened, but it's happened today, and it does happen from time to time. So I do apologise, but I don't have the bit of filming for putting it together. It's vanished. So I swept all the bits off my desk, and then it vanished. So I just slipped this in here in the letterbox first, glued it on the back so that that was in place, glued this down. So there wasn't a lot to see, but I did talk about my hole reinforcers which I've made. I've ended up these are all in glacial paste, and I've used one. I haven't put one on the other side because it depends what I end up doing with this side. I've put a bit of the Hope Red on the North Pole Mail as well. I've got a bit of the just the Glacial White on the poinsettia down here. And that's December, day 4 of December. I think it's day 4 for it. Oh no, I think it may be day 3. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, it is the prompt postcard and hand or machine stitching. And I love it. And I've put it on my ring. And there will be more things on my ring eventually. But for now, I've just got 2 December Embers on. Just wondering whether I should have put December Ember on that, but yeah, I don't think so. Maybe it will be December Ember and it'll go in the back. Maybe something else will go in the back. Anyway, for now, thank you so much for watching. You take care. Bye for now. Keep crafting.